Anxiety is something I've always struggled with. My earliest memories of my anxiety was as a little kid going to childcare. I just hated it. I would always work myself up with all the questions I would ask myself on the way. What if the kids don't like me? What happens if I can't find anyone to play with? What if they're not very nice to me? My anxiety has been something I've always lived with, my constant companion. This anxiety monster grew as I got older. It grew and grew and grew, just as I did. It got to its worst at the end of year 11 and into the start of year 12, when I was going through VCE. My anxiety became crippling to the point that I developed depression. It felt like I was in a tunnel and there was no light at the end of it. Nearly daily, I would have these panic attacks. Waking up and getting out of bed was just so difficult that I just wanted to stay in bed all day. And when I told my friends at school about it, they just didn't get it. During this time, I went to a leadership camp over summer. It was a Christian leadership camp. Now, Christianity wasn't something new to me. I grew up in the church and I went to a Christian school, but I hadn't really experienced God for myself and the great inescapable love He had for me. At the camp one night, the leader was talking about how Jesus shapes you and molds you to be the person that He can use for His great purpose. That the shaping is painful, but ultimately it makes us better and we're able to be used by a great God. That night, I broke down into tears for hours. God was speaking to me through this message. God even gave a friend this verse that night to give to me. In Psalms 62 verse 2, it says, "He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress, I shall never be shaken." This verse was written by David in the Bible when he was fearing for his life, on the run from people who wanted to kill him. Even though I was not fearing for my life in that moment, I was going through an internal battle with myself. The voice of anxiety and depression was saying, "You're just not good enough, and no one will ever love you." But God was telling me, "I am your rock, and with me you won't be shaken. If you hold on to me, all those voices won't be able to shake you." Some people have these stories of instant healing. Mine wasn't. But God still did some miraculous healing through me. He put some amazing people in my life to help me through this journey of mental illness. He gave me a fantastic Christian counsellor and a supportive family. And now I can say that anxiety doesn't control me anymore. I've got a God who is greater than my anxiety. And even though I get times when those voices are worse, I know that my God is my rock and I will not be shaken. And now I get to have a story of how God carried me through my anxiety and a passion for young people who deal with the exact same things that I did. I'm so thankful to God that I get to share God's story in my life, so that perhaps another person with anxiety or depression doesn't feel like they are so alone, and that they know that they've got a great big God fighting for them.